How does sitting affect the pelvic floor? We spoke about this in another topic, but we'll do it again just for clearance sake. When people sit, they often tend to slouch into their seat. They may not sit upright. And the longer a person sits, the more this happens. Now, if you take traditional cultures, they don't actually have chairs. Those are something that's been around for probably the past 200 to 300 years at best, and easily available. It was taken as a status symbol. Now it's everything. Everyone has a chair or multiple chairs, but chairs prevent us from sitting in our normal ergonomic postures. It's kind of a half squat, meaning there's particular muscles that are always going to be on strain until they're fatigued. When they get fatigued, they translate their load somewhere else, and where does it go? Either it goes above and the head falls forward, or it falls down onto the pelvic floor, and the pelvic floor starts getting stretched. Then you have a problem. Now, the pelvic floor can be deformed in two different ways. You can overstretch the front muscles or the back muscles. That typically goes with the posture pattern a person has, but depending on which muscles get overstretched, we start to see pelvic floor symptoms. From there, how do you fix things? That's what everybody really wants to know. Okay, fine, sitting makes a problem, how do you fix it? If you were to take your hand, and you take your hand and you put it underneath your buttocks, if you look enough, you'll eventually feel a bone. And if you sit down again, that bone will compress directly into the seat. Now that bone is your sit bone or your ischial tuberosity. And if you do it with both sides, what you'll eventually start to see is maybe they're not equal. Maybe they don't feel the exact same. Your hands would be in the same position, but the weight you feel in these may not be the same. And that can indicate that your pelvis is off. Many people actually have that, but they don't have dysfunction. But from there, this off pattern can be a reason as to why a person is having pelvic floor dysfunction. The other part is prolonged sitting means the head falls forward, the core becomes weak, and we don't breathe properly. So if we don't breathe properly, the diaphragm starts pushing the pelvic floor down, and all the pelvic content onto the pelvic floor, slowly stretching it. Because there's a chair there, we don't notice it until we get up and start moving around or trying to urinate and defecate.